Good morning, Steel Academy, grades 6 through 8. Coming at you live from Mr. Ball's basement here, where I've set up my science desk. Anyway, today, it's March 30th. Give you a reminder, my email, nball@steelacademyedu.org. A couple quick announcements. Food pantry, 10 to 12, Tuesday and Thursday. It's still there, still ready for you. Ready to serve you guys. It's there for you, so take advantage of it. It's very, very important. We make sure we stay healthy, make sure we stay fed at these times. So we look forward to seeing you there. If you want to pull up to the curb, give us a call. We'll come out and bring it out to your car, or if you want to knock, we'll make sure to maintain proper social distancing, get you your food, say hi, those sorts of things. Also, we will have a cabinet for assignments. Turn in and pick up in the future. Right outside the door at Steel Academy. The cabinet is there right now. So if you want to turn some stuff in, feel free to turn it in there. Or you can even email it to me. You can turn it in the comments. I don't mind one bit. Some people have already commented, and I appreciate that. Some of their answers. Some people have emailed me their answers. Some people brought them in. So that's pretty cool. Last thing, Google Classroom. We're going to be moving forward with Google Classroom coming up shortly. Don't have exact dates on that yet, but just want to give you guys a heads up. There will be some cool stuff with Google Classroom we'll get to take advantage of. I'm in the process of getting that set up for the school. So, that being said, we'll move forward a little bit. So we're going to talk about something that everyone's been talking about, but I want to make sure to get you guys some good information. All right, so COVID-19, aka the coronavirus. All right. So the big thing about this, I want to talk about it so we're not freaked out about it. Knowledge is power. And when we're fearful of something, it gets control of us, and we can get scared, we can get anxious, things like that. That's normal. But the more we know about something, the better off we will be with it. So, COVID-19, first couple things we want to talk about. It's a virus, yeah. Just like cold, flu. Oh, there's no E on flu. SARS, H1N1. Now, when we say that it's just like these things, that doesn't mean that it's exactly like them. That just means it's similar into it, that it has viral properties and its makeup. Virus is unique because it actually does not have a nucleus. A virus, we do not have a treatment for it once you get the virus, but don't be scared about that. There are ways we deal with it. Something like a bacterial infection. So if you've ever heard of like a staph infection or strep throat, stuff like that, we use antibiotics, and our body will we aid our body in creating antibiotics to fight the infection. Well, when a virus enters our body does fight it naturally, and our body creates the antibodies to make us immune to it. That's actually what vaccines do typically when we're younger. If you remember getting vaccines and things like that, it's actually almost putting up a preemptive defense to prevent anything from entering your body. It's almost like the Great Wall of China against viruses. Now, the big thing is COVID-19 coronavirus. We haven't seen it before. That's why we call it a novel. So novel actually comes from a Latin meaning new. So when you hear novel, don't worry, you aren't going to have to read a book or anything with this. It just means new. It's new coronavirus. So it's a mutation where our body has to adjust to it. Our body has to make antibodies. So basically, it's a new virus. We don't have antibodies for it yet. When I said we can't treat them, we can't treat the actual flu. We can't treat a cold. I'm sure all of you guys have had at least one of those. But what we do is we treat the symptoms. We keep fevers down. We try to stop the accumulation of any fluid or drainage and stuff like that. We treat the symptoms to let our body basically build up its defenses. We let our body do what it does. And typically what will happen is, it'll catch up, it'll kick the butt of any virus that enters our system. That's why we stay pretty solid most of the time. Most of us are pretty healthy year-round. Now, this one, because it's new and it's a little more, it causes like pneumonia and stuff like that, it can be a little bit more harmful. It can be a really harsh respiratory infection, which means like your lungs and things along those lines. But like I said, knowledge is power. Let's not fear it. It's good to know more. Now, the big question is, you might hear a lot about these things called N95 masks that our healthcare providers are wearing. So N95 masks are pretty cool because they do not let anything bigger than 3 microns enter through them. Now, at 3 microns, that's really, really tiny. That's going to block any kind of cells that you have. So bacterial cells are blocked, but viruses, they don't have nuclei, so that means they're smaller. Coronavirus is actually 1 micron. But what happens is typically it's transmitted attached to water. So when it's attached to water, you can just see this here, H2O. That's 3 different atoms that are together in a molecule, and having those 3 atoms together in a molecule makes it huge. So if it's attached to that, it can't enter. So that's the thought process. Even though it's smaller than what it allows, typically it's attached to something that's bigger, so it won't get in. But that's also why you'll see most healthcare providers won't be touching their mouth, their face, things like that, with hands, with gloves. So why social distance? Big thing is because it's not curable, but we can treat the symptoms. We have to have enough hospital space, enough healthcare professionals to be able to treat it. So if you ever hear flatten the curve or something like that, we don't want a huge spike of when a bunch of people get it, and then our healthcare system can only take up to here. Then these people right here get no treatment. So instead, what we're doing is we're kind of trying to yank this out. So if we have a line like this, ideally, we want to have something like that, where there's no one up above here where our healthcare system can't get to. Everyone gets the treatment they need, and we limit the impact. What's great about it too, we get to spend a lot of times with the people we live with. We get to learn new activities. I recommend grab a new hobby, guys. Learn how to play guitar. Watch some sewing videos, things like that. Learn how to write better. For all you guys who want to be rappers, I know I got a bunch of you in my 8th and 7th grade classes. Work on that stuff. A bunch of free software, a bunch of learning tools out there on the internet. If you're interested in something and you don't have access to it, let me know and I can actually come up with something for you too. But anyway, that's coronavirus. Talk a little bit about it. There's no need to fear it, but we have to be responsible, social distance ourselves, and really be able to take care of not only ourselves, but others around us. Those are the keys to getting over this and getting through this, and it gives us a great opportunity as well. So guys, as always, thank you. I hope you have a great day.